What it is, what it do, guys. Good morning, day 3. So we are here at the Olin Park in Madison, Wisconsin. Slept last night at another rest stop outside of a gas station. Had a pretty good go of it. All the panels on the truck camper with the reflectors were great. So right now we found this park. We're heading to Cave of the Mounds, which is like this caving system about 20 minutes from here. So what we're doing right now though is having a bit of breakfast. Denise is working on boiling some water for tea. We have eggs going on over here, and this is what we're working with like that. So yep, that's the plan. It's a bit of a mess right now, but we're gonna clean it up. We have to take off the bed panels to get to some stuff underneath. But other than that, things are looking great. Super excited for breakfast, and then we'll probably get some footage in the caves. So see you guys there. What is up, guys? So we are in the Cave of the Mounds currently. We just got in, snapping some photos. There's Denise down there, but as you can see, this is a pretty spectacular cave down here with all these stalactites and stalagmites. Whoa, it just goes even. I know you can't see probably on this GoPro at the low light, but it is crazy how many different tunnels and things there are down here. This is essentially a dried up underground stream or river. So all of this formation is naturally done by water. If you guys haven't watched caving videos, if you're claustrophobic, don't do it, because they are something else. What's up, guys? So we've been having trouble finding potable water. We've been trying to use this app called Tap, which I can't say is neither good nor bad. I think it's somewhere that's like really good for you maybe to use if you have refillable water bottle, you know, like a reusable. But we've been having a little bit of trouble finding it. But we are here at Mirror Lake, and we have found this water spigot. So we're gonna get some water, and hopefully this will do us some good. Had a really incredible day. I could have filmed more, but you know, I was just trying to enjoy the moment at some point. You know, when you're filming and you're doing, you know, vlogging or capturing your experience, it's kind of hard sometimes to be in the moment, pay attention, and you always are constantly trying to do that balancing act. And most of the time I have a pretty easy time, but today was a mix of driving and experience. So underground cave system called Cave of the Mounds. And we were able to take a self-guided tour through the caves, you know, social distancing. It was awesome, learned a lot. It was really different than East Coast caves, and it was limestone. So it's really cool to compare. And up in the upstate New York or mid New York where I live, they have a thing called Howe's Caverns, and if you're from my area or you know me and you haven't done it, it's a must. So that's a great experience, and I definitely heavily suggest that. So this was a little bit similar, but in many ways different, and you see classic things like stalactites, stalagmites, but you know, it's always different when you go to a new place. Today we ended up going over and trying cheese curds from this place called The Old Fashioned. Definitely would recommend. Really good. Appeared on TLC, I believe, or the Food Channel. I forget which one what it was for their cheese curds. You know, I've heard mixed reviews on how you should have your cheese curds, whether they should be, you know, you should hear that squeaky noise with the cheese against your teeth, or you shouldn't. But what I will say is these ones were light and delicious with a ton of different, you know, fun sauces. And so we had lunch and cheese curds there in Madison. And if you didn't know, Madison is the capital of Wisconsin. So we weren't aware of that until we got there, and that was kind of a cool thing to learn. And it was just so quiet. Madison was just incredible. It had small town vibes with, like, you know, some city components. So that's why it was kind of like a cool, and maybe why it felt so amazing, because it was like almost no one there. It felt like a ghost town in many ways. So we're charging up the power banks and cooking some, I don't know, road ramen, and got the truck all hooked up. This is a mosquito net I got rigged up, and yeah, here's the sleeping gig. I know some people have been asking and didn't get to see the other story. See if I can make that a little brighter. Yeah, so there you go. This is the sleeping gig. We do a big quilt, sometimes sleeping bags if it's cold. You know, whatever makes it work for you. But yeah, we got the fairy lights, pull that drawer down here full of stuff. I know it's dark so you can't see it. And yeah, just here having a good evening here at the lake, and I'm gonna be heading towards Mankato, I believe, Wisconsin. I forgot a part to my hard drive, which sucked. They didn't have any Best Buy besides Mankato, which is this random little city outside, about an hour and 28 minutes outside Minneapolis. So we're skipping Minneapolis. We're gonna go there, stay outside the city for the night, and then in the morning I'll pick up the cord, and then we'll head towards South Dakota. What it is, what it do, guys. Good morning. So we are here in Minnesota. We made it across the border last night from Wisconsin, and we are here on the Mississippi River. It's pretty cool if you look across here. This is the upper Mississippi, and this is really cool and special for me, at least, because I'm born in New Orleans, and Mississippi River is like super important down there. It's part of the Delta. It's really what made New Orleans. So it's cool to see the upper part of the river that, you know, flows through the U.S. and it's kind of like a bloodline in some ways. So right behind me is lock number 9, and they have a bunch of locks throughout the river to make sure the river does not fall below 9 feet for shipping and commercial purposes. There's 29 of them between Minneapolis and St. Louis down in Missouri, I believe that is. And it's really to help control and make it so that ships and boats and cargo could go up and down the river. So we slept here last night. I don't know if you can see. Actually, you can't. Truck is behind this coach RV. It's actually a really beautiful location. It was nice, and it's really beautiful to. We've been trying to find ways to wake up to something like really beautiful and locations that aren't just always a regular rest stop. This one was actually by accident, so I was really excited when I woke up and threw the back of the, the truck open this morning to see such a cool, spot that we stayed by. So today we are passing through Mankato, picking up the USB-A to C cable, I believe it is, for the Lacey hard drive that I forgot, and heading out to South Dakota. So we're making pretty good time, but we're also finding time to enjoy ourselves. So let's get going. What it is, what it do, guys. So we are here. We've been making excellent time. Right now we're at the Sioux River Falls in South Dakota. We just arrived. This is the Sioux River here. And it cascades down all these stones out here to go all the way around and back down these falls. And we're gonna go see those falls in a second. Denise has already started running down the hill here. But this is just kind of one of our stops as we head through. Our goal tonight is to make it to the Badlands. We're going to be doing some boondocking. If you don't know what boondocking is, it's basically sleeping at free campgrounds and out in nature. So that's the goal. We've been over 4 hours, and we're going to stop at a few other, stops on the way. Oh wow, here. taking the video. So we are going past here, the Corn Palace. I guess this whole place is made out of corn. Oh wow, it is corn on the cobs. Wow, this is crazy. Look at this whole mural made out of corn on the cob. That was something else. We literally just pulled off in Mitchell because I just saw it when I was looking in town, but that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They got the weirdest things I hear. You know, I said I'd see you at the next attraction, but I had to record that because that was just bizarre, but pretty amazing. A lot of the stuff on here, it says, you know, we've been finding are just kind of these things that pop up on Google Maps and are like, you know, Denise loves to do the world's biggest, like, you know, attractions or world's biggest statues or things like that.
Stuff.
Denise likes the weird stuff. But yeah, you know, so I was just looking around at Mitchell. There's this prehistoric Native American village, and we kind of felt like had mixed feelings. We didn't know if it was a museum or, you know, people trying to take advantage of Native culture. So we were like, I think we're gonna forgo that. But then when I was looking at the town, this palace, like, look at this thing. This thing is like crazy, like, you know. So we decided to pull off, and that's really how this road trip's been, you know, panning out. We've been really lucky to just find insane attractions. So we're gonna go past again. Good evening, guys. So we are here at the Dignity Earth and Sky statue outside Chamberlain, South Dakota. So I don't know how many people know of this. It's fairly well known, but this is a sculpture that's a 50-foot sculpture made that's meant to represent and respect the indigenous community. But the statue depicts an indigenous woman in classic plainclothes style dress. She's holding in her back, I don't know if you can see here, I'll take my face out of it, but back here she's wearing a star quilt. And this was meant to honor, you know, the Lakota tribe and the people, indigenous folks of South Dakota. So it's a really gorgeous statue made of stainless steel, 50 feet high. I'll go around back so you guys can see it, but it's just, you know, it's a really incredible statue. And the coolest part is it overlooks the Missouri River here on the top of the bluff. So a simple small step and gorgeous piece of art to start the process of honoring you know, the indigenous folks of the United States, which have, you know, sorely been misrepresented and not really given the, you know, the dignification and respects that they deserve. And you visit things like this that are honoring and respecting our indigenous folks in the time of BLM and, you know, LGBTQ and equity. It's important that you do not forget our indigenous people and the people who originally inhabit these lands, because America, while it was built by immigrants, slaves, you know, minorities, it was already discovered and already a place with a robust and diverse and complex group of people that have so much to offer and still have so much to offer, but do not get the recognition they deserve. So please, if you are coming out here to South Dakota, make sure that you put this on your map and make sure that in your journey that people of indigenous backgrounds and native backgrounds are represented.